Hey everyone, Brian here from Vintage Classic Specialist. Just starting the video outside here while we still have a little bit of light to show you the new, I guess what I call a mini project that come in. I guess I call a mini project anything short of a full restoration. So this is a mini project. Anyway, this bus just came in today and pretty much the bus is in for us to replace all the window seals on the door windows and all of the pop-out windows, and then paint the frames to match the bus while we're at it. And then the owner also bought a set of safari windows for the front, which we'll be installing. So that's pretty much what it's in for. There's maybe some other little odds and ends, but I just wanted to spend a couple minutes here showing this bus, which I like a lot. It's a walkthrough, which already makes it super cool. And yeah, it's a very cool little bus. That's a 67, by the way, if I didn't mention that. And let's walk back here. I'll do a more in-depth video of this bus at some point here, maybe before it leaves. But here's a cool thing about it. It's got a big motor in it. I don't know what size it is. I'll find out from the owner, and again, I'll talk about it later. But it sounds really good. He said it runs really good, which I believe. And there you go. So yeah, this one is in, like I said, pretty much primarily for the windows and door seals and cargo door seals and stuff like that, and maybe a couple other odds and ends. I think he was hoping also that we could find a maybe a more, oops, that door's locked, maybe a different radio for him. He did mention he likes having a CD player because apparently has a pretty epic collection of CDs. It's already got a CD player in it, so I'm not sure. I'll have to check with him what's wrong with this one. Maybe it just doesn't work anymore. I don't know. But so we may be putting a new radio in it. Not 100% sure on that one yet. But anyway, guys, there it is. So probably go ahead and order the window and door seals for it tomorrow and get those Monday, and then go ahead and start in on it. So there you go. That's the latest mini project here. All right, back indoors, guys. All right, so let's see what happened indoors today. So still continuing to work on the 1699cc 40 horse. Well, although it should have a heck of a lot more than 40 horse, but of course based on a 40 horse case, numbers matching to this beautiful sea blue one family 64 here. Anyway, so yesterday I test fit all the tin, made sure everything was going to work and fit nicely and stuff like that. So today took it all back off and then spent some time doing a little hammer and dolly work on the tin, making sure everything was perfectly straight and in good shape and stuff like that. I was hoping to take this to powder coating tomorrow. However, there was a mistake on the breastplate, which is the one that goes here, that I ordered. They accidentally got the one with preheat. So the preheat's the ones that come off the intake here, or excuse me, off the exhaust to preheat the intake. So I didn't want that. I wanted the one with the heater. So the two big holes there for fresh air heater. Anyway, they got the wrong one, so no big deal. Mistakes happen. So I don't know if this stuff will be making it to powder coating tomorrow, because obviously I want to wait till I have that piece of tin as well and then take it all at once. But anyway, so yeah, no big deal. Just a slight delay here, but yeah, this stuff has all been gone through now. Everything fits great. Everything's been straightened out. Again, little hammer and dolly work, little straightening some edges and stuff here and there, trying to get everything as perfect as possible. And yeah, ready to go, other than waiting on that one piece of tin. So guys, as you know, I'm fighting off this horrible cold that I've got, and I did not sleep well last night at all. I was awake for at least 3 hours. I don't know. It might have even been longer. I don't know. Anyway, it was a terrible night's sleep. And so I was feeling pretty tired today. And there's plenty of things in the shop I could do. For example, put oil in this motor, which is now completely installed and fired up. Could have fired that one up and done the cam brake in. There's all kinds of stuff I could do here, but having not slept well last night and feeling kind of crappy, I just wanted to kind of sit and take it easy today. So pretty much spent the day just going through and restoring and preparing for plating and stuff like that, items for that 1.7 liter motor for the Blue Bug there. So let's see what I did. I started off with their generator stand and sandblasted it and put a coat of high quality dull aluminum paint on it, which looks amazing. So restored that, and then his fuel pump went ahead and pulled it apart, cleaned it, sandblasted it, sanded the various mating surfaces of it flat so it's going to seal up good, seal to the engine good, or well, the little standoff that it sits on good. You know, all the sealing surfaces, took care of those, etc. So this is pretty much ready to rebuild now. I just need to order the kit for it. And then went ahead and tore into the generator, and again, partially disassembled it here. Took the guts out and the two covers here, pulled the voltage regulator off and stuff like that. So again, went ahead and cleaned up and painted the body. It's the same dull aluminum paint that we use on everything that just has pretty amazing finish. Really love this stuff. But anyway, so this is pretty much ready to go back together. And likewise, the two end pieces for it, there and there. And then likewise went ahead and pulled the cover off the voltage regulator and cleaned the regulator itself, which was kind of grimy, and cleaned up and painted the cover and put the little red dot on it, like the factory style, you know, safety thing, tamper proof, whatever you want to call it. So nice little touch, putting a little red dot on there on the screw. So yeah, this pretty much generator is ready to go back together now. And then likewise went through all the bags of parts for that car and dug out some other parts and cleaned them. These things probably I'm not really going to bother plating per se, but I did clean them up, so they're ready to go. So this is kind of the pile of parts here for plating. So coil mount and oil filler cap. So went ahead and prepared all this stuff for zinc plating. So I may drop this stuff off tomorrow. The crank pulley nut and washer, coil clamp, generator clamp, etc. Very cool 6-volt Bosch coil in really nice shape. The labels on it really in great shape. So just pretty much cleaned that up and it's ready to go. And what else? I think that is about it, guys. So I pretty much was just sitting at the table today, just going through all these parts for that 40 horse motor and getting them ready to put back together. And then again, hopefully I will be dropping off the powder coating maybe later tomorrow, and hopefully, knock on wood, be able to get that stuff back maybe I don't know, maybe mid next week or so. We'll see. It depends on how busy they are at the powder coaters that we use. I confirmed today, I do have a pair of single port Cadron intake manifolds coming, which I'm super happy about because those things have gotten to be fairly impossible to find. I believe they're aluminum, which would not be my first choice because more period correct would be the steel ones, but I am not going to be picky because, again, super hard to find. I may do something with them though, like powder coat them or maybe ceramic coat them or something to make them not look like aluminum, like maybe do them like a dull black or something to make them look more like they're steel. We'll see. I've got some ideas. And then likewise, the linkage for it, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. I doubt I'm going to be able to find an original set of Cadron linkage that's in good shape. If I can't, I'll use a newer linkage for it, and again, probably try and do some things to make it look a little bit more retro. So we'll see what I come up with. But yeah, the intake manifolds are really the thing I was concerned about, just like not being able to find. So I have a pair of those, which I believe, fingers crossed, are going to show up tomorrow. And so now I guess now that those are coming, I need to go ahead and get the carburetors and the air cleaners that I want to run and stuff like that. So probably go ahead and order all that stuff tomorrow. And still not 100% sure on the distributor for this. I think I showed you guys yesterday this Mallory dual point distributor, which I am considering running. These do have an adjustable curve in them, but I don't have any way to, I don't know, guys. So AJ over at Low Bucket does have a Sun distributor machine where he can measure the advanced curve. So I may take this over and see if he's willing to run it on his machine and see what the curve looks like, and we'll see if it's actually even any good for this motor. I did find the caps available. This cap, of course, has a crack in it, so caps still seem to be available for these. So who knows, guys? I may still use this. This would be a very cool kind of old speed touch on here. If I don't end up using this, I think I'm going to use a cast iron 019 from our friends at VW NOS, who, by the way, are the ones who made the very nice vacuum, or not made, but restored the very nice vacuum distributor that's on this beautiful 36 horse here. So yeah, those guys do really nice work. So yeah, I'll buy an 019 from those guys for this motor if I don't end up using that old school Mallory one. So we'll see. We got some fun options for this motor, and it's going to look bitchin' and run just as good or maybe even better than it looks. So pretty excited about that. All right, guys. I think that is about it. I'm going to, excuse me, and try and wrap things up here and go home and hopefully get a better sleep tonight. Maybe I won't sound as annoying and wore out and nasally tomorrow. We shall see. Anyway, guys, thank you as always for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.